So today I'll show you how to set up a basic material inside Unreal Engine 5. If you don't see this layout, don't worry, you can go to Windows and from there go to Layout and use the classic UV4 layout. I just love it because it's just pretty handy. So to begin with, let's just import a few props, or I would say the camera prop that I have. I'm gonna just import this prop, drag and drop the prop inside our project. Before that, I'll just rename it using the Unreal naming convention. And once you click import, just leave every setting as it is and just don't create any material and just click on import all. So we have two props, and make sure that you enable nanite in case if you want to use it, and just hit Ctrl S to save it. The next step is to create a material. I'm gonna create a folder named materials and also gonna create another folder for the textures so that they are pretty well organized and we don't end up searching. Inside the texture folder, I'm gonna import all the textures for the model. Select all and drag and drop inside. Now note that this is typical PBR setup, so that's the reason why we have all the textures separate. So we need to uncheck the sRGB because we don't need any color information from the roughness, metallic, and the ambient occlusion texture. So I'm gonna do that quickly. Let me just fast forward that for all the textures. And there you go. So let's just go ahead and create our first material. To do that, right click and go to material, then rename it as m_master standard default because this is gonna be our master material and the rest are gonna be the material instances. This is very important to optimize your project because more the master materials, it's gonna add more number of draw calls. So material instances are always better. Each material, as you can see, consists of number of options, and we can set to different scalar parameters later on to tweak it. So to begin with, we need to add a texture sample. We can either right click and type texture sample, or you can simply hit T and left mouse click at the same time and it will drop a texture sample for you. So I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna convert it to parameter so that in future if we wish to change or add a different texture, we can do that quite easily. I'm gonna name it as T_base color and gonna put it under a group so that it is again more organized and we don't have to search. So we need a diffuse texture for our texture sample. To do that, I'm gonna go and select from the list. So type T_camera. That's why naming conventions are always beneficial. And there you go. We have our diffuse texture in our texture sample, and I'm just gonna connect that to the base color. Now that the base color has been connected, we can tweak it further and change the intensity if I wish to. To do that, we need a scalar parameter. I can simply hold S and left click at the same time and I can see a parameter node, or I can simply type scalar parameter and you can click on that to get access to the scalar parameter. I'm gonna just type BC, stands for base color, intensity, and we need to multiply this with our texture node. I'm just gonna leave it to 1 for now, and to multiply we need a multiply node. As you can see, you can either go to and type multiply or just press M and left mouse click at the same time. Shortcuts are really beneficial when it comes to quickly connecting your nodes. So there you go, just connect the texture sample to A and the scalar parameter to B and the output to the base color. Go ahead and press 3 and left mouse click at the same time to drop a constant 3 vector node. You can also search it from the search bar. The only reason why we are doing this is because in case if you wish to add an overlay color on top of your base color, that's how you do it. So you just convert the constant 3 vector to a parameter, and just I'm gonna type it BC overlay, and I'm gonna multiply this node on top of my base color. So to do that, I'm just gonna go and press M and left mouse click at the same time. There you go. To drop the multiply node, I'm just gonna connect the first to the A and B to the constant 3 vector. You can also preview a node at any time. Just right click and go to preview so that you can see the changes that you're making as you go ahead. And I'm gonna just connect the output to our base color. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you something to keep your node very organized. To do that, just drag out from your multiply node and type reroute, and just name the node that you wish to connect to. Like here in our example, it's going to be base color. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect our node and just drag a node outside from the base color from the material and type reroute, or just go to the named reroute and select base color from there. Now this is the best way to keep your node tree or node graph very organized. I'm just gonna select everything and press C and or create a frame around my base color. I'm just gonna change the color. We also need a texture coordinate, so I'm gonna go ahead and type texture coordinate because all the textures that we input needs to be in a scale of 0 to 1. That is very important. In case if you want to change the tiling in future, you can do that, which I will show you in much more advanced tutorial. So for now, I'm gonna put all those to the groups that we have already created. There you go, base color, so that these things are also organized when it comes to changing the values later on. Let's just go ahead and add roughness. To do that, I'm gonna follow the same method that I did for the base color. Just add a texture sample, name it T underscore roughness, and I'm gonna add another scalar parameter. Before that, I'm just gonna convert this to or add it to the group that we want and add a texture node. So I'm gonna type T underscore camera and just select the roughness texture from there. There we go. Now once connected, once selected, I'm gonna go ahead and type multiply, just because I have to multiply this with a scalar parameter. I'm just gonna say roughness intensity and leave the default value to something, probably let's just start with 1. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it to 1 and connect the bottom to B, and again change this to another reroute node, just again to keep everything organized. Reroute, add a new reroute name, say roughness, and that's about it. I'm gonna frame this and say roughness and change the color and connect that same texture coordinate node to the roughness texture. And last but not the least, just connect our roughness to the actual material attributes. There you go, roughness. Nice and sweet. So we need a few more textures to be attached. So these are gonna be metallic and normal. So let me just go ahead and fast forward this for you. So the next step is totally optional in case if you want to have your material to be emissive. You just create a constant 3D vector, convert it to a parameter, and just name it emissive, and change the color from black to a white. You can change this color anytime once you convert that to a parameter. But also what we need is to have the emissive strength. To control that, we're gonna add a scalar parameter like here. I'm gonna type emissive strength, and I'm just going to multiply this with the color node and connect it to the emissive section inside the material attributes. There you go. Reroute, new reroute, emissive. There you go. Just gonna frame this and name it emissive. There you go. And just change the color and go to the material attributes and just connect the emissive color to our reroute and save our material. So we have successfully created our first master material, and as you can see, you can change this value anytime in the material instances. So let's just go ahead and create one, right click and just go create material instance. MI, for now I'm just gonna call it camera underscore body, and just going to open my camera, and as you can see, we have few material slots and we need to apply the material to this. So starting, I'm gonna go ahead and apply our first material, and it's looking pretty good. So let's just go ahead and create the rest of our material instances for the lens and also for the strap. So I'm just gonna fast forward this. All you need to do is create a material instance like I'm doing, double click on it and open up all the parameters. There you go, the base color, base texture. So we need a different texture for the lens. So as you can see, we have a base color, and I'm gonna select there and just click on this arrow to swap it with the lens diffuse map. So I'm gonna do the same for the metallic. There you go, click, swap, and for normal, check, swap, and last but not the least, also for the roughness. And now save it, and once you're saved, click on this, find the material and just drag it to the respective material slot. So oops, there you go. And as you can see, we have successfully also connected the materials in the respective material slots, and they look pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the material strap. So let me just fast forward this for you. Now all we are left with is the lens glass material, which I will show you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.